the website. So through all these platforms, you can see the live broadcast. And in the studio of China Media Group, we're going to give a report on converging media or media convergence. And it's fair to say that this is an integration of 3 media. So it's very innovative. It's the first of its kind. And with this studio, 3 media groups can then work together. And the studio is also a starting point for our adventure today. Now let's start. Yes, the report is entitled Having an Adventure in the First Digital China Summit. And we have a highlight today. Before going into the highlight, I would like to brief you on a mystery. That's a very small mystery. That is, before we came here, we have already entered this summit. Before we gave the report, we have already entered this summit, and the organizers said this summit will be reported in a very innovative way. That is the smart meeting system. It includes automatic driving, driverless automatic driving, and face recognition. So you can actually experience this when you enter the hotel. When you enter the hotel, you just look at the screen, and then the screen will instantly know who you are. It's very convenient, yes. This is a very smart summit, so that's why it's reported in a very innovative way, in a smart system. So let us show how smart it can be. Let's see how smart it can be. This first Digital China Summit has actually planned 2 routes for automatic driving. I am on one of it. And there are 2 brands domestically developed that will be exhibited in the summit. These cars, driverless cars, will pick guests up and then drive them to the hotel. You can actually reserve the service with your phone. Smart meeting service is a very important highlight in this summit. The organizer has prepared 2 routes for automated driving. I am actually on a driverless car in the summit. There are 2 domestically developed brands of driverless cars that will be exhibited in the summit and that will actually serve the guests in the meeting. They will pick the guests up and drive them to the hotel. So you can actually reserve the service with your phone. This is a highlight, yes. And these smart systems will include cashless payment, automatic driving, and face recognition. So it's one-stop service throughout the summit for the guests. You can actually scan the QR code on your mobile phone. You also have other smart services in government management, in hotel registration, and in education and others. eFuzhou is not just an app. It's an internet infrastructure for smart cities. And that's a way to break information islands, to integrate different services of the city together. And the citizens can actually enjoy different services with this one app. The exhibition area is divided into digital economy and others, a total of 4 themes. And it has a total of 42,000 square meters, the exhibition area, and it's already in place now. I am on one driverless car. As you can see, we have 2 domestic developed driverless car brands that will play a very important role in picking up the guests in the airports and driving them into the hotel. Smart meeting is a very important highlight of this summit. It will include voice recognition, face recognition, cashless payment, automatic driving, etc., providing smart services for guests. And you can obtain the QR code from eFuzhou app and scan the QR code in order to enter the summit. We have also simulated 9 important services, including education and hotel registration. eFuzhou is not just an app. it is an important infrastructure of cities in the digital area. It's a very important way for us to break information islands in a bid to raise the competitiveness of cities. With this one app, citizens can enjoy different kinds of services. During the summit, there will be an exhibition of the achievements of the construction of digital China, including digital economy and smart governance. The exhibition area takes up a total of 42 square kilometers in area and is now in place. Okay, so after watching this video, let us tell you that we have this phone, and on this phone, I will pay attention to the interaction of CCTV WeChat, CCTV Weibo. So you can actually leave your comments there if you have any questions, and I will be able to answer these questions. So please leave your comments and questions in that place. I am very eager to know more about the exhibition because as a man, I am a fan of technologies, especially high technologies. Actually, that's what we're going to have today. Now we have this VIP card. Actually, we just need to swipe our face through this face recognition technology. We just need to log on the eFuzhou app, and that will be the single one permit to enter the different exhibition areas today. eFuzhou application is also one important achievement of Digital China projects, and it will be one important exhibit in the summit. Xue Fuzhou, please tell us more about eFuzhou. Yes, you can download the eFuzhou app and then install it on your phone. You need to register with your phone number, and then you can enjoy the different services we provide on this platform. You also need to complete the LE certification, that is the registration of your ID card, and then you can enter as a guest to this summit. Because of the strong function that we now enjoy, we can now enjoy the exhibition. Now let's see if there are comments by our friends online. I actually come from Beijing. I have never used eFuzhou application before. Well, I have used it before. On the 20th, there is a public test of eFuzhou in Fuzhou. So it invites the citizens to enter the stations using the QR code. You scan the QR code in order to enter the subway station. Yeah, that would be very convenient. So I won't need to use the transport card. Yes, eFuzhou application is a highlight in the summit. It's also a permit for entrance. In addition, it's also a very convenient service platform for citizens in Fuzhou, in transport, in seeing the doctor, in going to hospital, for example. So this would be a very important area. That is a digital application experience area. It's a very important part of our journey today. Now, let's try to swipe our face or to try this face recognition technology. Yes, it's very useful. Yeah, you can see that you can enter just by looking at the screen. It just takes about 1 second. Indeed, it's very convenient. And this entrance, this portal, the developer of this portal actually has told me that many people now enjoy selfies, having selfies, and then improving their photos using Photoshops. So after you have photoshopped your pictures, will you need to worry whether the machine will recognize your face? And the developer of that technology says you don't need to worry. It can be very smart in recognizing your face. Well, I can actually smell the fragrance of flowers. It's like jasmine flowers in the subway. Why? Because we have different themes in the subway. This would be the theme of jasmine. Yeah, the first scene is a real-time simulation of Fuzhou subway, and it has the theme of jasmine. So you have the maybe some differences in the appearance of the compartment, but it's exactly the same with the real metro in Fuzhou within the metro itself. So you can scan the QR code to take the subway. That is a great benefit. Yeah, and that is a very great benefit of digital Fuzhou. The exhibition area occupying 2,000 square meters is an exhibition area of digital applications. We have over 10 stands. So we have a lot of things to experience. That's why I think we need to go in 2 routes, and then we can share what we have seen and experienced after we have finished. So you'll go that way, and we will go this way, okay? Huangshan, I remember that in the past, I will need to do procedures about social security and other public services. I will need to go to different stops and different stations, but now I think this is a one-stop station. We just need to go here. Exactly. The first stop is exactly what you have talked about. That is digital governance or digital public procedures. You need to go to this single window to complete our services, to get all the services we want. And this kind of service is now available in different communities in Fuzhou. Just within your community, you can enjoy such convenience. Can I try that? So what kind of services do you provide? We have 94 items, mostly public services and community services. We have social security and medical security services, for example, nowadays. You also said maybe some services for the second child. Yes. For example, if I'm a father with 2 children and I want to register my 2 children, what should I do? Most ideally, you just need to provide your ID card, and then with the massive platform, digital platform, then we will be able to have the whole system of your information. You can actually try it here. Can I have a try? Yes. Can I use your ID? So for example, let's imagine that's my ID. So after we log on to this website, we will select the relevant services we want to get. Now I have logged into this collection of information system, and then we can get the ID information, and then we will be able to get access to other information through your ID. For example, we can get the photo. And if this person has entered into the system before in procuring different services, we'll be able to have his or her services. We also will be able to understand who is his spouse and the information of his family. So after that, we'll be able to have this.
So ID is the key information that should be used for the registration. And in the future, after we upgrade these kind of systems, you can just scan your face. So how long it takes for this overall procedure? In general, if we want to complete the whole process, for example, completion of the form, in the past it takes around like 10 minutes or like 30 minutes. But if you fill this information online, in the ideal situation, it takes you only 3 to 5 minutes. And the first step, we will collect the information, and next we will upload this information to the street community. So we also have like a certificate or a USB, and then an electronic seal will be applied on this documentation. So for the street community, and they also have this kind of certificate or seal. And today, for the sake of the demonstration, and we take this seal. So let's see what goes next. And now we want to log on to the account of the street community. So all of those information have been uploaded on this website. So for example, the first one is the information about the second trial registration. And we also can put some comments. So this page, for the information we can see has been passed from the street community. And now I would like to apply the seal, the certification on this document. So we don't need to physically hold a chop. We can apply an electronic seal onto the documentation. It's more convenient. Now I will apply the seal. Actually, for this document, we need many electronic seals. So first, I will enter the information about the person in charge, and then apply the seal from the street community. And later on, we can print out this form, and that's the end of the whole procedure. It's very fast and convenient. For the whole process, it takes around 3 to 5 minutes to complete it. So I think it's quite easy to have a second child registration in the future. So if you already gave birth to your child, and we can also help the child to do some like medical registration. Because all of this information already in the system, for the newborn babies, as long as they are within 1 year old, we can register some of the documentation for the second child. Let's take a look how it works. For the newborn babies, now we would like to add some insurance package to these newborn babies. So first we scan the ID. The first step is to collect the information. And during this process, there will be a verification procedure for the person. And there is an electronic form for the participant, the candidates in this insurance program. After you fill this information, and we can submit the form. How long it takes? Well, it also takes you around 3 minutes. It's very convenient. So here we will choose newborn babies in 2018 registration. And we also need to fill the person in charge. It's just a rough demonstration about the process. Now we complete the form. And here it shows the payment status and the payment information. So the amount should be 180 RMB per year. And some of the people will enjoy like subsidy from the government, but for this it's a general template for a demonstration. On this platform, you can also check all of the communities. If the applicant, they are not from the community, they want to sign up from the working place, they can also register in this website. We can choose different business types, and we can pay the fees through QR code, or they can make the payment through the self-service counter. Maybe later you can also do a demonstration. So for the payment, you can also use eFuzhou app for the payment, or later you can also use the Alipay or WeChat for the payment. And for some of the elder generation, if they don't know how to use applications, they can also use their bank card for the payment. So now the process completed, you can view this information on the self-service counter. So I want to take a look at this self-service counter. What are the functions of this counter? For some of the people, if they don't have time during working hours, they can visit here during weekends and use this self-service counter to make payments. And as you just fill the file, now we can see your information on the self-service counter. There is a payment icon. You can click on that. You can use a mobile application to scan the QR code for the payment. So if you want to do the payment, all you need is the ID card and your mobile phone. That's right. Actually, with the mobile phone, you can handle a lot of different items. It's very convenient. In the past, if you want to handle these kind of government matters, probably you have to go to specific entities. But now it will be more convenient. It's just a one-stop service counter. And also you can see some very convenient services provided here. For example, you can pay your utility bills or electric bills. It is very convenient for the citizens. In the past, they have to go a long way to pay all of these bills, but now maybe it's quite easy for them. Maybe they just visit the street community or visit one of the service counter. They can make all the payments. And all of this information are connected through network. It's a one-stop service counter. Thank you. I think this is very convenient. In the future, it will be much easier for you to pay your utility bills. So all of this counter, you can actually find this self-service counter in the communities. I saw one of the comments from Weibo. So his comment is that in the past it's very difficult to take on the subway station, and I cannot find a way to park my vehicle. It's very difficult for me to come and visit this exhibition. But now we have a very smart transportation. Right now, we will take you to a look. So as you just experienced that, now it's very convenient in Fuzhou. But you just get a glimpse of the smart Fuzhou. Actually start from 2000. Fuzhou has already started the process of building a digitalized Fuzhou. I would like to show you a short video to demonstrate how convenient it is in Fuzhou right now. We start off live from here. First, we have the face recognition system. When you enter your residential building, you can enter your residential building by recognizing your face. And what happens if you have some like difficulties when you are walking on the street. So we have these like smart equipments to monitor the noise and some accidents. And also we have a smart hydrant to monitor the water pressure and the water amount. And some of the water system can automatically alert the specialties to come here to fix the water problems. And also we have 13 items of IoT technologies. All of the services are designed in a very intelligent way. Now in Fuzhou, we have 20 intelligent communities in Fuzhou, and we are also upgrading Fuzhou's other communities. Digital life brings us more convenience. You can also use your mobile phone to check the real-time information about the shuttle bus. And if you don't bring any cash with you, you can use QR code to enter the subway and the public transportation. Currently, for the Line 1 in Fuzhou, 95% was covered and equipped with the mobile payment, not to mention the share bikes and the share vehicle. As long as you have the smartphone with you, you can do anything in Fuzhou. But it is not limited for transportation. And also, we see mobile payment anywhere in Fuzhou. The coverage rate is around 93%. So most of the shopping malls have the QR code. If you want to purchase some items in the shopping mall, you can just scan the product. You don't need to actually go to a counter to make the payment. And in March, there is an application launch in Fuzhou called eFuzhou, and also it provides a variety of services online. So all of the needs will be required online. After 1 week of work, you can also go out for travel. And when you enter into the tourist center, you can also use this AI robot to give you a guidance for the tourist information. And also you can see the AR image of some of the scenic spots. So science and technology has bring us a very fascinating tourist experience. So you can use WeChat or mobile app to experience the thousands of years history of Fuzhou. So all of the most of the city spots in Fuzhou actually equipped of this kind of informational technology. So all of these technology are not only apply in these like scenic spots, and also you can find this kind of technology in your park, just downstairs from your home. And also you can use an app to monitor the air condition and the facilities of the scenic area.
This is Digital Fuzhou, where you enjoy a better life, better transport, and a better experience in all aspects. So as you see, as we do this live streaming, I am constantly on my WeChat, I'm on my Weibo, and I've been answering the questions of our friends online. For example, one friend named Hui Feng asked, what will be the cost for smart medical service? This is actually the spot for smart medical service. And then you can tell us how smart it is and how costly or how much expense will we need to pay. Let's have a try. You need to swipe your ID card. For example, if that's my ID card, I'll put it here. You need to stand on the platform for the measurements. Well, I will not venture to try this because I don't want people to know about my height and my body weight. So your BMI is in the normal range, 20.9 BMI. Yeah, that's normal. What does that mean? It means you have a good BMI. You are not fat, nor are you too thin. I remember my coach always telling me about BMI and saying that girls have a different BMI range from boys. Girls just need to keep their BMI below 23, and that will be okay. You need to put your arms here, and then we will need, you will be able to measure your body. So your body components are in a normal range, and your body fat is also okay. Your fat of your internal organs is also okay. We can measure the size of your organs and then measure how much fat is in there. That's a body check, yes. So I feel penetrated. I feel transparent before these technologies. That's some, ordinary items we do in body checks. It's not very complicated, but it will satisfy our needs for daily life. So we won't need to buy this technology. We can just go there for a body check. What are some appliances that we do need to have in our home, at home? You can have this device to measure your body pressure, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and others. These are like devices that resemble the function of a family doctor. And this will entail services of on-the-spot checking. If we find problems with you, we can then order other services. It's free to enjoy these services, and at your earliest convenience, you can have access to these services within your community. So if I try this the whole system, will I be able to get a report? Yes. This report will be printed. That is your report. Yeah, so here we have the printed version. It just takes 1 minute or 2 minutes, just 1 minute. And as I have just said, you don't need to worry about your health. I think your different indexes are in a perfect range. You can keep it. No, I don't want to have this check. That is a microchip. When I first entered the exhibition here, I think that was one particular item that struck me. So how can this very small microchip measure your heart rate? It's a very small device, as you can see, just about the length of a finger. For people that are not very healthy, this will be a very important device. You just need to stick it on your chest, close to your heart, and it takes 30 to 60 seconds to have the results. If you have problems with cardiovascular systems, you can actually see it's real time, and that is your impulses. Your pulses are a bit quick, as you can see, but still it's in the normal range. So it's 20 seconds, and now we can stop. You can see this electrocardiogram, and then the results, heart rate 139, that's a bit fast, and then we have other indices which are quite normal. You can also listen to your heartbeat through this system. You can hear and you feel that young people have a stronger heartbeat. Not just important for young people, I think it's even more important for the elderly. If you have chronic diseases and the complications of heart, or if you have innate problems with heart, you can monitor your health on a daily basis. And the elderly, if they find problems with the heart, what kind of message would it send? Then we will need to have the family doctor. That is, this information will go to the family doctor, and then he or she will consider how to treat this problem. Because the doctor also have a alert system that will get instant messages when you have this body check, and then the patients will be transferred to the family doctor, and if necessary, the patients will be further transferred to big hospitals. How much does it cost? Because in future we will involve this family doctor service, so I think it will have a cost, but in future you can continue to pay attention to this system. How long will we need to stick it? One day? If you think you have problems, then you can stick it for a longer time. If you have just done some exercises and then you just do it very quickly to see if there are problems with your heart. Some of it are one-off. You just use it for once, but the device itself is you can use it many times. It's permanent. This just doesn't just happen here. It's a new technology that's growing with growing popularity. Can I bring it away? Thank you. So it seems that I have brought a family doctor with me whenever I go, wherever I go. And in that exhibition area, I answered a question posed on the Weibo. That is, what if I cannot find the parking lot? Actually, you can have the bus. You can take the bus. And this is an exhibition area for public transport. You can see this is a smart system of bus station plaques. For example, if we want to get to the Strait International Conference Exhibition Center here, we can use this system to see where the bus is. You can see its location. You can also see some the videos that show what's inside the bus. If there are many people in the bus, you can then change to another bus. You can see whether there are other routes available. This is something you can do with the smart system. For example, if you want to get to this conference center, you can see bus number 117, and then you can see more information about the bus route, and whether it's the right bus for you. This is a real-time monitor on the bus, yes. Aside from that, we also provide very smart solutions for citizens. We provide information for payment using big data. So then we will be able to have a better grasp of the whole transport system. For example, bus number 66, that is the bus that witnesses the most payment last month. That means this bus is in high demand. So for us, decision makers, we will provide more bus 66 for the citizens to meet that demand. For example, if I am a citizen and I want to get to the Strait International Conference and Exhibition Center, that is the place where I'm at now. I think it is in this part. So bus number 117, this center is one stop of that route. Here is where we are. And on the route, we have 1, 2, 3 buses that are on the road, and every spot is like a station, is a bus stop, and this spot is like the the location of the bus. So let's see the bus closest to us. Yes, it's an empty bus, as you can see, pretty empty bus. So if you are on this road, you can take the bus 117 because it's very empty. Maybe it's a bit congested on the road. Everybody's on the road to get to see the exhibition here. But you can see in this bus, we have a lot of seats. Another bus. Let's take a look of another bus. This bus is a bit crowded, but it's okay to change to other routes, right? This is all real-time monitoring. We have another empty bus because it has just started off from the starting station. This is just one part of the smart transport system, and I believe in future we're going to see a lot of these services and the smart bus system or smart bus plugs. How are you going to move in the next stage? We are going to promote it citywide. I cannot wait to use it. There's a bus coming, so let's go on to the bus. This is another high technology. Most buses in Fuzhou, it has been already applied. It's an integrated system. You can swipe it on swipe with the previous pass, or you can swipe to pay with the previous e-card, or you can now swipe the QR code on eFuzhou application. This is a simulated bus. So let's take a seat and take a rest. Let's take the priority seat. So what will be shown on the screen? It's smart parking. Let's take a look. This is also a part of smart transport system, right? Yes. In Fuzhou City, we have over 1,000 parking spaces. That is temporary parking space in many parts of Fuzhou. In the past, you need to buy a card to drive your car into that parking space and then swipe the card again when you leave the parking space. But now you can just simply use the eFuzhou application to scan the QR code to pay. That will be a great convenience to me because in the past we need this physical card, and it's very usually I will just lose this card if I am not careful. But now I will just be able to use my phone to pay, and that will be very convenient. We have always kept saying that one application to enjoy the whole city. That is exactly what we mean. Well, as you can see, when you sit in the seat, when you drive around the city, you feel a bit magical, right? It's like you're in a Harry Potter book. April is the best season in Fuzhou, and as we draw close to the end of the broadcast, we have also provided a shot from the sky.
Let's find another reporter. How are you feeling about the experience? I just went to the VR hall and also one of the scholars' house. It is a well-known scholars' house in Fuzhou. I just took the jasmine tea, very tasty. I also went to the digital library. So you can use the eFuzhou app in order to borrow a book. It's also very convenient. Maybe you have never gone to Fuzhou before, but actually in some of the scenic spots, you can see a very convenient self-service library. And also they change the books quite frequently. So actually it is my first time to lend some books from the library. And I also experienced the VR exhibition hall. Let's take a look. How do you feel about this VR exhibition hall? So when you put on the VR glasses, you can actually take a tour in Fuzhou City. And for this kind of VR technology can be also applied for some drills in public sector, for example, some firefighting drills. Speak of the public sector, I realized a very cutting-edge technology. Let's go up to take a look. It is the space platform. It sounds very mysterious. So they they have the idea of integrating the time and space of Fuzhou in order to better serve the people in Fuzhou. Let's take a look. What is it? So maybe we can also get some introduction about this function. So for this technology, it can apply for some emergencies. For example, one emergency occurred in one specific area, then this system can alert like how many pipelines are covered underground. And you can also see some dynamic information for the city. This is a regular camera for the street view. But for our technology, it does not only show you the street view. For a urban management, it's very important to use this technology to get a detailed look about the street. So we can actually hide the image about the people to see a holistic view of the city and the street. And also we can zoom out and target another area. For example, we want to go to certain residential building, and at this time we can see the condition of the surroundings of this residential building. And we can also take a closer look inside of the building to show the assets, the escape passage for the building. For example, if there's a fire broke out in this area, we can also identify the roads that we can have a firefighting vehicle enter. And for all of the information for the people who live in this building, we also have a comprehensive database for the residents. For example, the household certificates, etc. But because of the confidentiality, we will not show you on this occasion. And also we have this like bird view of the whole map of Fuzhou City. This image also shows the differences from 2016 versus 2018. For example, in this area in 2016, it's just a empty land. But when it comes to 2018, you can see for this area, it shows some development of the city. So for this kind of technology, it can better facilitate the government for the urban planning. So in 2016, it's just a bare land, but when it comes to 2018, it already become a construction site. So we can see for this area, in 2014, this area has already become a commercial center. So if we have this map in our hand, it's actually a virtual technology to show the development of the city. Okay, thank you for your introduction. I also want to ask a question, what does that mean for the highlighted area? For that area, it's a epidemic zone. And along the epidemic zone, you can also see some of the cultural center. You just mentioned that for the area highlighted in red, it is actually an epidemic zone. How do you get that information? Actually, we can also get some information from the medical sector. By using the big data, we can better circle the area. Now let's move to another area. Here it also shows the housing prices. So when you are using this map, you can get more detailed information in Fuzhou. So we start from the micro perspective and go to details. For example, we even know the housing prices in certain regions. So all of this information can better serve the government, and later on, the government can issue more policies to benefit the people. So for some of the surveying and mapping, how did you do it? Actually, we send out a special team, so they will go to different sites to do the surveying and mapping. We have around 300,000 buildings shown in this map. We have to consider the investment from the government and also to show the ROI. We just want to create these a virtual 3D models to better understand the development of the city. So this is just like a zoom out map. Do you have like a indoor designs of some of the buildings? Yes, we have it. Let's go into one of the key buildings to see the indoor designs. So maybe we can target the convention and exhibition center we are in. I will show you some indoor designs for a specific building. So I see some of the parking information. Are those real-time information? No, actually we just put it as a placeholder. We will get a more closer look for this straight convention and exhibition center. So this is the hall when we start our live streaming. How can we get into this building? Let me show you how to do it. So just going through the glasses. Now you're inside of the building. The 4 elevators. And also I can get out of this building and you can see the mountains. You can turn back to see, actually, they are exactly the same. Now we are going back inside of the exhibition center. So all of these models are built on the statistics from the surveying and mapping. This is also can be used for the firefighting rescue. So all of the pipeline network information will be provided to the firefighting team. So for the firefighting team, they can get the first-hand information about the architecture, the building. So before they come to the rescue, they already get some detailed information about the building they are going to rescue. So if they can get some preliminary information about the building, so the firefighters, they can find out the assets much quickly. This is just a model. We didn't show those pipeline network inside of the building because it is quite confidential. So we want to protect the confidentiality of some information. We are basically just serve the government, and for today's exhibition, we just give you a preliminary overview of the model. So for the government entities, they have a very comprehensive database, and those data are not open to the public. Only a few people has the authority to get access to those information. So what are the other cutting-edge technologies included in this model? Can you show us? Well, we have some like traffic information and the parking lot information. So for example, you can see for this bus, it's quite empty. Maybe it is just a shuttle bus to the Street Convention and Exhibition Center. So we just visited the digital transportation. Are those technologies integrated with this map? Yes. All of this information are shared and interconnected. So just like we are in the restaurant, we are collecting information just like we are picking the ingredients, and then we make a dish, and then we provide the dish to the government. And with all the access of the information, the government can provide better services to the people and the city. So this platform will do some automatic calculation and analysis of the information, and later on, this processed information will be handed to the government. So the ultimate goal is to make Fuzhou a digital city. With all the digital information, it's better to manage the city. So for example, if we do some like simulation on this virtual model, and then we can see some consequences and better like prevent some of the difficulties.
You can also see the important buildings in the system. And in our show, you can always see this big screen. All the operations we do here are then projected to the big screen, so you can see it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Now let's move on. Well, I have really experienced this time. What is digital Fuzhou? The whole city is put into this one system. It will improve our life and also improve the management of the city. just now we have seen smart medical services, smart transport, and smart public service procedures. We also have an experience area of VR, that is self-service shopping. I can see our friends already there. This is a convenience store that features self-service shopping. And in future, not just in Fuzhou, this kind of model will also be promoted in other stores, because this kind of stores doesn't need to have any staff. You just need to have your mobile phone and pay with your mobile phone. Are you a staff here? Yes. You can use the face recognition system to enter the store. You just need to swipe your face, let's say. Stand in the middle, and then the door is opened. Please bring your belongings. You need to close the door before you really start to use the service, and that will ensure privacy. Otherwise, you can press this button to enter. You can see the different products. For example, in this summit, we are mainly concerned about the specialties of Fuzhou, so we have different specialties of Fuzhou today. This is the first time for me to enter Fuzhou, to be in the city. So let's pick one specialty, that is the olive juice, local olive juice. If you want this product, you can bring it here. And when you stand here, the door will automatically open. The door will then automatically close. And in this area, it will sense you automatically. Oh, it's a bit crowded if you have too many people here. After the product's information has been scanned into the system, you just open your eFuzhou application. We have different ways to pay, but in this summit, we will promote this application as a payment method. So use this to pay, and then you will be able to get an invoice. I have a question. That is, if I don't pay, and if I am like a thief, is it possible for me to leave without paying? You can try it. So I will try to steal the product. I'll pick one valuable product. What's the most expensive one? 大红袍 tea. I think that's the most expensive. Shh. So I can enter, and then the product's information is being scanned. But I don't want to scan my product. I just want to get away. So I press this button. You cannot bring the product away without paying. You cannot bring it away. Please pay before you leave. Yeah, so you see the machine tells you to put this product back. So you need to put it back to the shelf. It's very smart, yes. That's a common experience. So first of all, you will use face recognition to enter, and your information is then connected with your personal credit information. We also provide very sophisticated system of monitoring. So what about this technology? Is it commercialized? It's still in the process of commercialization. So that's why we bring it here to the summit. In future, I think we will be able to commercialize it Unmanned stores are a concept that has been around for several years, and is especially useful when we have a lot of places with a lot of people that we don't really have the time to to have a staff working there. So then we can use this unmanned stores to streamline the buying process and to save cost. If we just need one very small product, you just go to this kind of convenience store and then scan to pay, and then you can take it away. I think this kind of store can also make people more responsible citizens. What do you mean by credit system? You have just mentioned this concept. That is, we won't be able to steal these products. And actually, your personal credit system is connected to your ID. When we know your ID, we will instantly have access to your credit system. This is a store that runs 24 hours, so it will satisfy your need whenever there's a need coming up. I feel it's a great city to be in with so much convenient things. And after the machine makes sure you haven't brought any products with you without payment, then you can leave. Yes, it's very smart. Thank you. I just tried to steal one product, but I failed. Because we have limited time in the afternoon, we won't be able to experience every areas in the exhibition hall. But if you have time, we encourage you to be here personally to enjoy the technologies. This is also a cool technology called small colorful eggs. So maybe let's have a brief introduction. We have 24 cameras with 180 degrees taking pictures of you, and then you can experience it. It seems you will be levitated in the air. What does that mean? Well, why don't we have a try? I will shout 1, 2, 3, and then you move. 1, 2, 3. So you can have a look here. Which one do you like? This one seems that he is flying, so wow, it's crazy. I don't know, you're such a crazy man. You can scan to get this moving picture, and then you can share it in your WeChat moments to let people know just how crazy you are. Don't you know me? That I'm such a crazy person? So I'll scan the code here, and then, oh, I have it here. It's moving, it's dynamic. So as I said, we have this camera taking pictures of you from different angles, so then you can see yourself. And then I have shared it in my WeChat moments. That's about time to end our live broadcast. And just to let you know, in the next 2 days, I and my friends will continue to lead you in this journey of exhibition. I will just tell you that April is the best season in Fuzhou. And just a few days ago, I have provided an aerial show. We have provided an aerial show of Fuzhou, and wish that you will have time to visit Fuzhou in April. Hope you like it.